AEW, AEW. This is awesome. Dun, 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 dun. This is awesome. We got Double or Nothing gameplay, the 4 Pillars Wrestling in this Fatal 4-Way, which, again, a lot more of what we've seen throughout YouTube. Some silky smooth gameplay, some nostalgic encounters, dope animations, and taunts. I'm digging it. While this doesn't look like a next-gen game, the current theme here that we're going to overly use all month long leading into the release is it just looks like a ton of fun. The reversals that they've shown, some of the moves that they've shown have been spectacular. Spectacular. When you combine that kind of gameplay with this, you know, quote unquote fun and overused term, right? Art style. Good things are bound to happen. So I do feel like this is one of those wrestling games that, with the updates and the add-ons that they're going to provide, we're going to be playing and enjoying this for a while. The good thing is that it's not like it's an ugly looking game, right? A lot of people were making fun of Eddie Kingston and how he looked, but they released this footage the other day to kind of, you know, shut everybody up. And I was like, shit, Eddie Kingston actually looks good. Maybe it's just like an awkward, you know, expression that he did in the game when they took the screenshot off of the TV, because, you know, people love to leak photos when they shouldn't, especially when it's a pre-build. So I'm all caught up to the official AEW videos that they've dropped. Yep. I mean, I can't show you the Matt Hardy one. He shows his house and stuff. I don't want any of those copyrights. I guess we could show the Nick Jackson one. That's pretty cool that they did Matt and Nick Jackson separately. We did see the gameplay in the last segment, but here we got Nick Jackson, and I like the little paper coming out with them doing the flexing, and look at Daniel Bryan. I love it. I love it. Everything I've seen so far, I'm just like, I can't wait to play it for myself. Some of the reversals that I've seen too, have been jaw-dropping. I'm like, shit, they actually got, you know, some unique animations. But let's not be fooled here. We do know that they recycled some of the moves from older WWE games. Jalen, you said it earlier. You saw some of them in some of the other videos.
Yeah, but it's not like
it's not a bad thing.
You know, a negative. It's one of those things where it's like, it's not even recycling. It's just using the assets they already have, you know?
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
If Ukes was still with, you know, partnered with THQ or 2K, whatever, they would still be using their moves, you know? It's their resources, it's their
they
work.
own it. They own it. It's their work, yeah.
So it's interesting to see, because you can also see that in WWE 2K that they replicated a lot of that stuff to try and make it look like Ukes.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
They try to, you know, make it seem like nothing really changed. They tried as hard as they could to replicate the animations.
Exactly, straight edge, same engine, pretty much. Yep. And you do know that they have intergender wrestling in this game, right?
Yeah, that was one of the first things I saw, and I was like, "Wait, what?" That's interesting.
Yeah, they have.
I don't know how I feel about that, but you know, it's whatever. It's not limiting. You know, the older games allows you to do it too.
Yep.
You know.
So it's also cool because there's not that many women in the game, and we did see Jade Cargill with wrestling against MJF. We saw Statlander as well, and you know, it doesn't look awkward. It seems like it runs pretty solid. And one of the things I'm interested in checking out is how the overalls work in this game. Like, how do you see who's overpowered and who's not, and, you know, like the different tier system, I guess. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to checking that out. And this is a full gameplay video, is it? Yeah, this is from IGN, and it's about a 5-minute clip. So We got a lot of footage, man. We got a lot of footage. We went from nothing to something. It's hilarious because we were begging and begging for the promotional footage. And you do know that you get to unlock one of the referees as a playable character in this game?
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah. The female referee, you get to unlock her. So like
Oh, okay.
I do like how each match at the end, not only do you get a star rating, but they give you like cash points, and it's like an in-game currency, and you use it at the AEW shop to unlock moves. You'd use it to unlock attires. You use it to unlock, some playable characters. They made it kind of like grindy in a way to, keep you coming back and intrigued with their reward system.
Mm.
It's funny because they keep showing like the taunting and the little grappling hand. Look, there it is. That was so MJF, instead of like ducking and dodging, he begs for you not to hit him, and then you could break
Which
that.
The Ric Flair animation, basically. Right?
It's pretty much a Ric Flair animation. Yeah, he does it in real life, which is really cool and neat. So you could do that and break out of it and use it to your advantage. And if you notice, when they're attacking, it says varied offense buff. It's kind of like describing what the player is doing throughout the match. And then when you get the signature, you just use it on the D-pad and you could, enable it. Now, one thing I'm hearing about the game so far is that they're having a few balancing issues with reversals and things like that. So the game is going to need some tweaking after the whole world gets their hands on it. People are going to start pouring into the forums and Twitter, all the complaints. So hopefully after they get more feedback, they're able to clean up some of the the glaring issues at launch. But that goes for any game, honestly, so I'm not really worried about that, especially a fighting game. Fighting games and like shooting games, for example, they always need tweaking with their implemented system, because the scale of reaching out to the masses is very different from testing in home the way they've been doing it. Damn, that was an awesome spine buster. But just the demeanor that I see with these matches, it's exciting. It's exciting to think that this game is coming out in just a couple of weeks. I don't think there's any voiceover in career mode. No, there isn't. They're not putting any voiceovers. They're actually using text messages.
That's okay, because in the previous games, the older ones, I like the text message system.
Yeah, me too. It was more tailored.
It allows for variety too,
Yeah, for sure. I don't think that's a problem, honestly. I think it's gonna make the game even better.
Dang.
It's gonna have good dialogue, and I just hope that it's not like repeating the same stuff. So we'll see how that works. But look, it just said head damage, so they're kind of like describing the damage you're taking as the match goes on. And when you gain momentum, it starts flaring and it flashes. So I do like the health bar. For a wrestling game and for the Nostalgia Act, I don't really have many complaints. Besides that, I did wish that maybe the graphics were a little more detailed. But it's not what they were going for. I have to understand that this is what they're going for. And whether I love it or hate it or don't care for it, if I want to play the game, I got to adjust. And I will, man. I will. Can't wait to job Jade out. She sucks. Look at Straight Edge. The 17th this month is AEW Collision. Yup. And CM Punk is making his return. So who's pre-ordering AEW Fight Forever, the Elite Edition? Earlier, I asked who's buying the game, but I want to know who's getting not just a standard, but the Elite Edition, which right now seems to be only digitally available. So who's getting it? Let us know down below.